All right, let's just jump right in. What if I told you that the future of, well, everything, AI, the global economy, even modern warfare, all hinges on a single company, on one tiny island?
So, let me just ask you, straight up, what do you think is the most important company in the world right now? Not really, take a second. What's your answer?
You're probably thinking of the giants, right? Maybe Apple, with an iPhone in pretty much every pocket, or Nvidia, the company that's literally designing the AI revolution. And look, those are great answers, but what if there's a secret link between them? What's the one thing they all have in common?
It's this. There's another company that builds the actual physical brains for all of them. Without this one company, the most advanced, world-changing products from these tech titans, well, they just wouldn't exist.
And that company is the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or as pretty much everyone calls it, TSMC. And it's really no exaggeration to say it might be the most critical, most strategic company on the entire planet.
So what's their secret? What makes them so special? Well, it all comes down to their business model. TSMC is what's known as a pure-play foundry. Now, what that means is they don't design any of their own chips, not a single one. Their entire business is laser-focused on just one thing, being the absolute best at building the most advanced chips for everyone else. This strategy built this incredible level of trust and made them the go-to partner for the whole industry.
To really get your head around their role in all this, let's use a quick analogy. It's a simple one, but it's really powerful.
Think of a company like NVIDIA as the genius architect of the AI revolution. They are designing these unbelievably complex, world-changing blueprints. But TSMC, they're the master builder. They're the only ones on Earth with the tools, the skills, and the scale to take that blueprint and actually construct the physical skyscraper that the entire revolution is built on.
And who relies on this master builder? I mean, who doesn't? We're talking about the chips that run your iPhone, the GPUs powering literally every major AI model out there, the hardware that makes 5G possible, even the most advanced processors in modern military systems. They all come out of TSMC's factories.
So how on earth did one company get this dominant? It really just boils down to relentless, nearly flawless execution year after year. You see, while their competitors were struggling and hitting delays, TSMC just kept delivering. They were the first to master 7-nanometer chips at scale. Then, they did it again with 5-nanometer, and now they're leading on 3-nanometer. Each of those steps is a massive leap forward, making everything smaller, faster, more efficient. And TSMC was always years ahead of the curve.
And get this, it's not even just about making transistors smaller. They also pioneered this game-changing technology called advanced packaging, or CoWoS. The best way to think about it is like building a skyscraper with chips, stacking and connecting them so they can talk to each other at unbelievable speeds. It's the secret sauce, really, that gives modern AI hardware its incredible power.
Okay, so we've established they're a tech titan. But this is where the story pivots. This is where it stops being just about business and starts being about global power and immense risk. We're talking about a single critical choke point for the entire planet.
And the scale of this choke point is, honestly, it's staggering. When you look at only the most advanced chips, the ones smaller than 7 nanometers that truly run the future, TSMC manufactures over 90% of them. That's not just a market lead, that is a near total monopoly on the foundational technology of our time.
And where does this 90+% of manufacturing capacity exist? It's almost entirely concentrated in one place, the island of Taiwan. The world's technological future is literally being forged right there. This brings us to a really chilling reality. The source material puts it starkly, and I'll just quote it directly. Any disruption would trigger an immediate and catastrophic global economic crisis. Think about that. The production of everything from our phones to the servers that run the internet would just stop. So this intense concentration has completely transformed TSMC from just a company into the single most important strategic asset in the great power competition between the world's two superpowers.
Let me put it as simply as I can. TSMC isn't just a part of the geopolitical story, it is the geopolitical center of gravity. The entire technological world quite literally revolves around what happens on that island.
And this lays out the fundamental conflict. On one side, you have the United States, whose biggest companies like Apple and Nvidia, and even its military systems, are critically dependent on TSMC to maintain their edge. On the other side, you have China, which views Taiwan as a breakaway province and is desperately trying to achieve its own technological independence. For them, controlling this industry is a paramount national goal.
All of this leaves us with one final, profound question that governments and corporations all over the world are grappling with at this very moment. Is the future of technology, our economy, our security, simply too important to be built in just one place?